Hey there, welcome back to my channel, LeeBeeBuilds. My name is Aaliyah and I'm back with another speed build. So if you've seen on my channel, I recently just posted episode 1 of my new Let's Play that goes through the new expansion, Snowy Escape. I'm really excited about it, but you'll also know that if you did watch this, that my sim is living in a hostel. And so obviously I had to make a hostel. So I did mention that the speed build was coming, so here it is. I hope you like it. I personally do. It's on a 20 by 15 lot, so it is quite small and squishy. So I had this like vision that it had like this little like courtyard in the middle. So it took a lot of planning before I got to this point of actually filming it, because I was struggling with figuring out how to fit in all the spaces I needed while also having that courtyard, because 20 by 15 is a small space. So you will notice that once we get to that, there's not really like a backyard or anything. There's not that much space. There is outside space, so do not worry, but you'll see what I mean later. It's more like a little offshoot, and yeah, I definitely use up every inch of space on this lot available. And so yeah, let's see here. So this is built on the empty lot in the Wakaba neighborhood in Mount Komorebi. So I will apologize if I did pronounce that wrong, and please leave a comment down below if I am pronouncing anything wrong. Please let me know in the best way possible on how to do better, but I am trying my best, I promise. But so yeah, it was built on the Wakabamori lot, and it was just an empty lot beforehand because I was so intimidated by all of the Game Changers work that I was like, I don't know which one to demolish, so I just went with an empty lot, and I didn't want it to be a huge lot either, so it worked out perfectly. And actually, I'm just gonna pause what I'm saying for a moment and let you know what you're watching on the screen. So I did make bunk beds. They are a little finicky. It took me a long time to figure it out, so don't worry, I edited all that out for you, well, mostly, because I wanted to keep in like the process of how it was done. But I will mention that only 3 of the beds work. You'll know this if you watched my Let's Play episode, but I tested them, and for some reason my sim cannot go up the ladder on the right. I have no idea why. I even took everything out that could possibly be blocking it, and like honestly I couldn't figure it out. So if you do end up watching my Let's Play and you see what I'm talking about, let me know. What you see in this footage is not like the final version of what it looks like in that room after I've deleted stuff that was maybe blocking it. So maybe it works in your game and your sim can get up that ladder and that all 4 beds work, but it really wasn't working for me. So one of the bunk beds, like the upper bunks, do work on the left. Oh, did I get my lefts and rights mixed up? The left one, top left one doesn't work, the top right one does. So I don't know if that's a me issue or what, but I don't know. If you download this, let me know, I guess, if it works for you. I was definitely having some issues with it because I watched the tutorials on how to do the bunk bed. I watched like James Turner's video and I saw pictures of people doing it, and I followed what I thought was the right way of doing it, and it wasn't quite turning out. So I don't know. 3 of the beds do function, so my sim is gonna have some roommates once I get that going. He still hasn't had any responses, but he will have roommates, and so I guess I can only have 2 roommates instead of 3 roommates, which I had originally intended. So just because I want to make sure they have a functioning bed, even though there is 4 beds. But yeah, so this house is base game and Snowy Escape only, so it's just the 1 pack, and I never do builds like this. Ever since I started getting packs, I've gotten into the habit of, well, I own it, so why don't I use it? But I recognize that a lot of people don't have all the packs, and so it's good that every now and then I limit myself, and I always try, like I have it in my head when I'm building, I'm like, I haven't used, I don't know, Discover University, for example. Like, I haven't used that pack yet, so let's try not to use it. And then somehow I end up using it and I don't even notice, and then I'm like, oh no, it was like the front door I used it for. Can I replace the front door and get rid of this pack from the final version? And my answer is always no, because I'm like, no, I like how it looks. So I try. I have best intentions, but sometimes I do mess up, so apologize. But this one here is fully Snowy Escape and base game. It's actually funny, when I was saving it to my library after I made the changes, my sim had already been moved in at that point, and so he had a laptop from Discover University. I was like, Discover University, how did that get in here? And I was so pissed, and it's because of his laptop. And so I ended up selling it because it was sitting on the countertop, and actually I think I forgot to rebuy it after I saved it to my library, so I have to remember to do that when I go back to play more, is to buy him his laptop again, because otherwise he has no laptop. So yeah, this house is $60,459. Actually, I don't know if that's the final price. I think it's around $60,000. I wrote it on the sticky note, but I can't remember if I wrote that before or after the changes I made. So let's just say around 60 grand. And there are 4 beds in 1 bathroom, but as far as I know, only 3 of the beds work. And yeah, so there's a kitchen. There's not like a formal dining room inside. You can sit at the countertops there. There will be 2 stools, and then out in the back, on the back left side of the house, where that like angled wall is, I'm just putting the door on to go out there now, but there is like a little seating space outside there, and that's where you can like one of those, like the ones that came with the pack, I don't know what the name of the table is, the one where you sit on the ground and it's like got the heated like blanket on it. I think it's so cool that it's heated. Like, you can turn it on in the winter so your sim isn't cold when they're outside, which I think is so cool. I didn't realize it was heated until I actually got the pack, and I was like, how did I not hear of this? That's so cool. So it's heated, and there's also like heaters in the pack, so you'll see that I did put heaters around, because without seasons, I do have seasons installed, but this house has no seasons involved. So without that, I couldn't get the thermostat, and so I put heaters throughout. And also in the bedroom area, it's actually technically open to the outside because there's not a door, it's just like a pass-through, because I thought it looked cute that way. So I did put a heater in the bedroom, so hopefully that keeps them warm in the winter. If it doesn't, I'll just add a wall and put a door there. Like, it's not the end of the world. Here we are working on the like sitting area. So there's a sitting room and a living room. This one doesn't have a TV. That's really the only difference. And the other one's a little bit bigger too. That's why it has space for TV. But this one's just a sitting room. There's ends up being a fireplace as well. I think it's a really pretty room. I really like it a lot. There's a bookcase in it too. There's 2 bookcases, sorry. So yeah, your sim is able to come in here and read some books. And then there's also, I have a speaker up in the corner too, so that your sim can listen to some music and just make it a nice little ambiance, relaxing room. And so yeah, it's not like filled with like skill building items, but you know, it looks cute. And because I am building a hostel, I just figured it would be nice to have a nice extra common space, that if, say, the hostel was full and you just wanted some time away from the people who are watching TV on a rainy day, and you're like, I just want to take my time and kind of be on my own, then there's a separate living space as well. And yeah, and I really like the bunk area too. I think it's really adorable. I love the colors I chose, and it's very like, I don't know, it's just so cute. But you did see that I put up those ski wall hooks. I think they're really adorable, but they do get in the way of your sim being able to get into the bed, so I end up moving one of them to somewhere else, and then I end up deleting the other because it just doesn't work. So yeah, those hooks are not there, and then those lamps are not in the way. Those are not an issue for the sim getting in the bed. So I'm not really sure what blocks my sim from being able to get into the left upper bed, because they can get into the right upper bed. I don't really understand, Yeah, I don't know. If you have some help, insight, maybe, like, I really don't know why it doesn't work. I even tried deleting the ladder and putting it back in, and it just doesn't work. And then here I was, I started off with doing the green and like the orangey pink walls because I was thinking about the room that Deligracy did, and for like, that's in this pack, and she did like the room with 2 colors, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I just loved those colors together, and so I was about to like make my house those same colors, and I was like, oh, I can't be doing this. I'm copying her, so I actually ended up going with something else, but I was just like, you get so much inspiration from YouTube, it's crazy. I think I'm funny. But yeah, so originally I wanted like an entire like patio space on the right side, but then I was like, I haven't made a bathroom yet and I needed more space, and I hadn't had like a living room with a TV, so I was like, okay, let's not. So I ended up bumping it out, and then so oh, we're actually on the other side now, and so this is actually the spot where we have that little outdoor dining space here. It's not too big, but it's very cozy, and I think it's really cute. It's actually one of my favorite places in the house because I love the colors I chose, and I used the tatami mats out here, which is interesting because the tatami mats, when I was looking it up, I was looking up like patterns and stuff to do them in. It said that, like, the internet told me that you're not supposed to like wear shoes on the tatami mats, but because I put the tatami mat outside, my sim puts his shoes back on and then gets onto the tatami mat because it's outside, and I'm like, whoops. But there's nothing I can really do about it because that's just how it functions. But yeah, I just wanted to also note that. So they're probably not supposed to be outside now that I'm thinking about it, but I don't know, I think it looks really cute with them out there, so I left it. But yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think about that area. I think it's adorable. And then here in the kitchen, as much as I love the new cabinets, they are a little bit stressful because there's so many shelves, and like, yeah, we got some more clutter. Like, we got those tea canisters, which I think are cute, and then we got plates. Sorry, my mind went out the window there, but between those 2 clutter items, like, they're game-changing, but also like I still couldn't find things to fill up all those shelves. Like, there's way too many shelves, and we don't have quite enough clutter. Maybe it'll be different if I had like more packs, like Cool Kitchen. I feel like probably, I actually have no idea what comes in that pack, but I feel like it probably has good kitchen clutter items. And some of the kitchen clutter items that we do have were too tall to go in the shelves. Like, the knife block was too tall, so I don't know, I decided against that, but I don't know. I did match because the new cabinets or counters do not come with upper cabinets, so I used the base game ones and I hung off some pots and pans there. Just, you know, have lots of options for all the people who are like renting their space here. And also, as a note, this is a residential lot, it's not a rental lot. You can obviously switch that for yourself, but the way I was playing with it is as a residential lot that my sim bought, but he didn't actually buy it because I used the free real estate cheat to get it. And then he's gonna have some roommates to be able to pay his bills, and those roommates are other people who are going to be staying at the hostel. But so far we don't have any roommates, unfortunately, so hopefully that changes soon. Cross our fingers. Also, let me know if I'm missing something and that the roommate function is completely broken, because if it is, I'm gonna have to actually manually ask people, like move people in, and I'm not aware of it being broken, but that doesn't mean that it isn't. I also just want to say, off of the kitchen, like the door that's open there, it leads to like a bunch of skis and snowboards stacked up. And so I was thinking that this hostel is maybe a little fancy. It's where the rich kids go, because clearly this kid has some money considering he went from high school to traveling Japan. But so this fancy hostel you're able to rent skis and snowboards from, and so they have a whole bunch just stacked out in the back for people to grab and go when they're ready to go on their trips to the mountain. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a cute little addition there, and also I didn't know what to put out there. But that's also where the garbage can is too, so there is a function to that space. Kirsten will walk outside to throw things out, but yeah. I don't know, I really like the colors I chose for this house as well, because I kind of built off of the area, and so I'm in the like modern area right now, and so I kind of took inspiration from both the rental lot in the area that Deli made, I think it was her, and then the starter home that James Turner made, the one that's brown and kind of doesn't fit. I took inspiration from that and made like a more brown house here as well. I did darker colors than what he did, but I still think that I took the inspiration from both of those builds and kind of meshed it all into this. So yeah, I think I did okay between using Pinterest and inspiration from the game on being able to make this. So I hope you think so as well. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like or as well if you enjoyed it. But I hope you stick around for future videos, and I'll see you in my next one. So bye-bye.